Well, the weather outside is terrible, so today I've decided to look at dashcams. Look at the sheet here. If I keep looking down, that's what I'm looking at, so I don't miss anything out. I mean, I've been decided to get one of these for quite a long time now. I couldn't really make my mind up whether I really wanted one or not. I hadn't a clue where to start. I hadn't the faintest idea about dash cams. These little cameras that fit on your windscreen and record what's going on in front of you. I didn't really understand the jargon that went with them, like most technology at my age. So this is a little series of 5 videos, 5 short videos, and giving my experiences and frustrations and trying to sort all this out. So if you're in a similar situation, then maybe my experiences will help you. Dashcams have been one of the most popular presents, or purchases anyway, over the past year. I mean, absolutely flying off the shelves. Now, videos on the internet showing mayhem and carnage may have been one of the reasons why people have been buying these things, hoping to record similar incidents on theirs and make a fortune when it goes viral on YouTube. The 2 main reasons seem to be just to make a video of interesting journeys, whether you're on holiday or just travelling about. And the other main reason is to use as evidence in the event of any of us being involved in an incident while driving. If you just want to record your journeys and interesting happenings on your way there and back, there are very few problems, especially if you just use it as a camera. You don't use the GPS and any other fancy gizmos which are on it. Just a little cautionary word which I've come across on the internet. If you're going to upload it to the internet, YouTube or whatever other Facebook or whatever else there is on there, be very careful about identifying people and vehicles, even if they're only in the background. Some people don't take very kindly to it, and it could prove to be an expensive mistake in these litigious times. I mean, there are programs on the internet. I mean, YouTube has one where you can blur out faces and blur out number plates, but it's a bit of a faff about. And in some countries, the dashcams are illegal. I think Austria, you're not allowed to have one. And in Germany, you can have one, but you're not allowed to post video onto the internet. You can only use it in sort of legal matters, or to play on your own computer. So if you're travelling abroad and using one of these, then it would pay to check the rules or check the laws before you do it, before you get some hefty fine. Whilst investigating these dashcams, I discovered that all is not as cut and dried as it might seem, and there are some things you should really be aware of if you intend to turn any footage over to the authorities as evidence that you're not at fault. If you're going to use it as evidence, you've probably got a GPS switched on, and these are the things which you might be, which you should really be aware of, which other people have come across. If you intend to use it as evidence in a sort of police investigation or give it to your insurance companies, it could seriously backfire on you. If the video shows you, as they say, driving without due care and attention before the incident happened, which will be recorded on your dashcam. And the incidents instances could include breaking the speed limit, crossing a double white line, excessive speed for the location, such as when you're approaching a school and all the children are turning out to go home, or if there's a bus unloading passengers. You don't have to be breaking the speed limit if you're just going too fast for that location. And again, driving too fast for the conditions, sort of poor visibility or rain or icy conditions. And again, you don't have to be breaking the speed limit for people to make a judgment about that. Excessive speed when you're approaching hazards, especially if they're sort of marked at a little road sign on the road, or sometimes it's got slow painted on the road surface itself, especially when you're approaching sort of road junctions. I mean, if there's slow agricultural vehicles waiting to come out and you come whizzing along, then I don't think they look upon that very favourably. If you sort of carrying out a task when you're driving, whether it's fiddling about with a radio or whatever. I mean, not that you would be able to see it on your dash cam, but you might be able to hear it. Tiredness, if your dash cam shows you sort of meandering around about the lane a little bit, again, that would count against you. Impatience. Normally that's not on video, but it's certainly on audio. If you're cursing away before there's some slow driver, then again, that would be a problem. And driving too close to the vehicle in front, again, is something which came up quite often on the internet. I mean, the list is endless. I mean, fortunately, most miscreants, someone belts your car and they readily own up to it when they see the dashcam footage, but not everybody does. If there's likely to be a blame game, then it would pay to scrutinise the video very carefully before you even admit having one. I mean, even if the GPS isn't on, speed can be calculated by how long it takes it to pass between 2 points on the video. They can use road markings, lamp posts, you name it, trees. They can work out the speed of any adversary, someone who's waxing, especially if they're legally represented, is going to ask for this evidence. They're going to ask to see this video, this dashcam video. And they'll certainly work out your speed. Ditto your insurance company, Did you tick the dashcam box when you were buying insurance in order to get a reduced premium? Because if you did, they're going to want to see some video evidence. So you need to weigh up the outcomes before doing anything. I mean, if there are big financial stakes involved, if there's been some life-changing injuries, for instance, then you're obviously going to need a good lawyer. Similarly, if your evidence is challenged, the blame game, then again you're going to need a good lawyer and a thick wallet to match. Anyway, food for thought. Knowing all this, of course, it certainly improves your driving habits, I must admit. this is a sheet I've just been through, so you can read at your leisure.